can't quite tell. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea what it did for me. I just know that.
I don't know either because it just.
Yeah, I see no difference in my account, and I go into like other things. I have no idea. But apparently we just unlocked God mode in Discord, whatever that means.
Like in the Shedtime podcast Discord.
No, like in our Discord
just
personally.
in Discord in general, just on your fucking name. I don't know what exactly it does, but I did it.
Yep. I have no idea either, but we've done it now. And so, yeah, now that we've unlocked God mode in Discord, let's get into a Shedtime podcast.
Yeah, for some reason, mine will never get there. It just gets a triple copy.
Yeah.
You gotta move your cursor off of it each time you do it.
Dominator.
Yeah, keep going,
Copy.
keep going.
What's going on, everybody? This is Logan from Rising Vape, and you are listening to the Shedtime podcast.
So welcome back to another episode of the Shedtime podcast, ladies and gentlemen. As you already heard, we are working on discovering what the hell God mode even does in Discord. And if you don't understand, yes, you can actually unlock a God mode in Discord if you use the Discord app on a PC. And I have no clue what it even does. So starting this off right now, I'm going to actually just go right to Google and...
Google this shit.
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now. Discord God mode.
God mode. Finally, I got it.
Bang.
It shook and went all red.
Yeah. Now, don't do it again because then it goes back to the beginning. You gotta do it all over again.
I'm good. I'm gonna leave it there. You know, God mode's legit. That's a good mode, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what it is or what it does.
I mean,
especially with the day that we're on, it's a good mode.
Whenever I played video games as a kid, I was a cheater, and I just wanted to, fucking put God mode on so I would survive everything. So I'm into it. Like it was fun to play Doom and just blow a ton of shit up. I liked that, and God mode let me do that. And there's God mode activated servers on Discord, but I can't get an explanation as to
what it does for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does something, or it's just a game. One or the other.
I mean, it very well could just be a game. Google's just asked me how those results were, and I'm going to tell you right now, Google, right here live on the Shedtime podcast, that those results were not helpful at all. But shout out to whatever Instagram reel I watched that showed me that was even a thing, because, I mean, that was pretty goddamn cool. Those Instagram reels have taught me some cool shit recently. I'm looking into becoming an Amazon affiliate marketer. So, yeah, if I start shilling random things to you guys here on the podcast, you'll know why. Like, oh yeah, you guys should totally buy this garlic press. It's highly endorsed by me, Sean Typhon of the Shedtime podcast. You can press your garlic when you make your red sauce and infuse it. It'll be great. You can use my affiliate link over on shedtimepodcast.com, and I'll get a little kickback. Thank you so much for listening. No. And then all of a sudden, friends like, hey, and if you're making your sauce and you need a cheese grater, you can use my affiliate marketing link.
I mean, that's why we just have to have a collective affiliate market link, because otherwise we'd just be like, oh yeah, and once you're done straining that, if you want,
dude, our entire podcast would be us just plugging shit for our affiliate links, dude, and it'd be terrible.
Yeah. It'd be funny for an episode, and then
after a while, people are like, "Fuck these guys."
Poor taste.
It would be.
They're just an Amazon ad, bro. If I want that, I'll just go to Amazon.
For real.
Fuck Bezos.
Oh my god! Yeah,
I'm on Amazon enough as it is, dude.
Dude, this is the worst part, right? It's like I see these ads, I'm like, yeah, Amazon affiliate marketing, that's great. And then I remember I don't like Amazon, and I really don't want to send traffic there. That just kind of goes against my ethos. Like, the man, Jeff Bezos, has enough money to literally pay every person on this planet $1 million and still be the richest guy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, he's obviously made a lot of right moves, I guess. But you know what else that means? That means he's probably done a lot of shady shit.
It's just we all know, right? Like money is linked to power, and so anybody with that much money has an unexplicable amount of power at their disposal now, and that shit terrifies me. That guy could easily be the next James Bond villain, and I'm already convinced Elon Musk is a James Bond villain. Look at that motherfucker.
Dude, he'd be a perfect one, but I also think that like he would be doing things to not necessarily benefit himself. I feel like he would just be like trying to upset the apple cart. You know what I mean? He'd be like, fuck governments. I'm doing this shit.
Well, I mean, look at the man. He's like, you're not allowed to have a flamethrower, so I'm gonna find a way around the system and make you a flamethrower.
Well, dude, even just the fact that he's like buying Twitter out because he feels that Twitter censors people too much. It's like he's put in this like thing where he's gonna buy Twitter.
Well, he's
already
not
like
gonna,
a majority owner, apparently.
He's not gonna successfully buy Twitter. That looks like that's already not gonna happen because he's got to get those people to sell those shares. And apparently, I had seen a figure that allegedly it was like $50-something a share was what he was offering.
Yeah, $52 or something.
Yeah.
But he already owns over half.
Yeah, but it's only 9% stake.
He only owns 9%?
Yeah, no, he only owns 9%.
Or half of 9%.
No, he only owns, from what I read, he only owns 9% at this time, but he has the biggest stake, which means that no shareholder
so he's a majority owner.
him. Yeah.
But
Yes.
he's not over 50%.
Right. Nobody has more shares than he does, but he's got 9%. It's not half of it yet.
Yeah.
If he was legit like 51%, yeah, then he has the power. He has the power to just do whatever he wants to Twitter. And the crazy thing is like I love a good conspiracy theory, right? Elon Musk has been beefing with a kid on Twitter who's been tracking him. And like all I could think to myself is if Elon Musk owned Twitter, that's the first thing he does is shut that kid's Twitter down. Like, nope, red button, click, you're gone, bye.
Yeah, but you know what? If he owns that shit, I actually don't think that he would, because he is the reason why he wants to buy it is because he feels that it's censored too much, and he feels that it's not free, and he feels that there's like agendas that get pushed. So that would be really ridiculous if he did have a beef with it.
All right. So so here's the thing. Here's the thing though, right?
But he's so rich, maybe you're allowed to play by different rules.
What I find interesting is that the people who are complaining that Twitter censors them are people who are saying insensitive, racist, violent shit. Like it's like black people should be hung from trees. Yeah, that's not allowed on Twitter.
That's not good.
It's not allowed in society. That's like you know what I mean? You can't say that on the street. You can't say that on Twitter.
I don't think it's wrong that those people are censored on Twitter, man.
See, here's my thing,
well,
bro.
that's like extreme, I guess. But yeah, that's true.
It's like I totally 100% agree with freedom of speech or whatever. But here's the thing. I also don't need to hear everybody's opinion, because not everybody's opinion is one I want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? You're entitled to it. You know what I mean? Hey, to each their own, but also some things just should need to be kept to yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you know what? Like, that's part of it though, right? Because who are you to decide what they're allowed to share, right? And that's the tricky thing about that's space, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause like, it's like a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? Cause like, at the end of the day, I 100% agree. Everybody's entitled to say whatever the fuck they want to say. You know what I mean? You're your own person. Do what you're gonna do.
But there's a time and a place,
but there's also
right?
that fine line where it's like, you also know in a certain place where around certain people, there's certain things you probably shouldn't say. You know what I mean?
It's freedom of speech, not freedom of consequences. So
yeah,
we know full well that what's going to happen if you yell fire in a crowded theater and there's no fire. You have to face the consequences of that. You started a huge friggin' stampede of people over nothing. You're going to face consequences. Same thing goes on like the idea of Twitter, right? Like there are community guidelines when you use social media platforms, and they often include things like no hate speech, no racist kind of language, those sort of things. So You don't get to cry when you broke the rules. Like, these are the same people who are like, y'all should be respecting the damn law, Blue Lives Matter, and then they cry because they say something fucked up on Twitter and get kicked off. Like, guys, it doesn't work. Like, it has to work both ways. It can't be a one-way street. Like, it just boggles my mind. And I'm sure there are plenty of examples out there where, you know, people with genuine, honest, factual things have been censored. I feel like us as vaping advocates have probably seen it in that space alone.
Dude, and I think part of it too is like, if it were a time where like the internet wasn't a thing, it probably wouldn't be as big of a deal and people would fucking be able to say what they wanted to say or whatever. But now you have a place where you could post this thing and the entire world can see what you've said. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that it's a lot easier to hold people accountable in real life, but when it's on a nameless thing where you don't have to have anything, because, you know, it's not like every single person that says random shit on Twitter has a blue check mark. Barely anybody does, unless you're famous or something or incredibly established. And I think that that's probably more it, because you can just do whatever you want and be faceless and then go to your 9-to-5 job where you might be dealing with people that are poor and you're shitting on poor people on your Twitter.
Yeah.
And you would be able to keep your job if they, you know what I mean? It's like, I think that that's part of why it happens too. Because
nobody knows.
Nobody answers.
That's kind of part of what I'm saying though, is like you have like this platform where you could say whatever you want to say. And like you're saying that you don't have to be held accountable.
No,
you know what I mean? So that's why people get away with saying the wildest fucking shit and then get all pissed off. And then they're surprised. That's the thing that boggles me, is that they get surprised that they get kicked off of platforms for saying this outlandish shit. You know what I mean?
100%. Like we know, we've been on YouTube now for 3 years, 4 years at this point, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And like, we know full well that there are lines we cannot cross on YouTube, or channels get banned, videos get taken down, monetization gets lost. Like, we understand this because
that's why my channel's not monetized.
Like, exactly. Like, we want to operate.
Like, I can monetize it, but with half the shit that I do, it's going to get demonetized, or I'm going to make nothing on it anyway. So I just don't even monetize anymore. I just post videos.
I mean, and honestly, like, let's be real. Unless you're a content creator who's in the like millions of followers, your monetization on your videos
you'd
isn't
be surprised,
big,
dude. I've got a couple
breadwinner.
videos that are up there in the thousands of views. I've got one that's got 20,000 views now, bro.
Oh, I get you, man, but I'm saying, right, like, it's not like it's a big breadwinner.
I think that one
yet.
is one of the only videos I may have that's monetized, though.
I don't blame you for that either. Like, my one of my channels has a video up that has to be over 100,000 views. I can't monetize that because of the content.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it is what it is, man. But like, at the end of the day, like, the thing I'm kind of learning from, like, you know, listening to some of these bigger YouTubers talk about it, is like, it doesn't fully become a business where like you can really start making money on it.
YouTube's where you get your start. It's all the brand deals and things you do outside of YouTube that get you your money.
You know, that's how you become a guy like Mr. Beast, which, like, dude,
yeah.
I would love
look at all the brand deals and shit he's got going. Like, he did the Mr. Beast burger for a while. He's got his own fucking chocolate bar and shit out now. He's like doing all these different fucking things.
I would love to pick that guy's brain and like hear his story.
He was on a podcast with somebody not too long ago. I don't remember who it was, but I'm meaning to listen to it just because I'm curious.
Yeah, like, that dude, like,
because the dude's not much. I think he may be younger than I am, bro.
Yeah, like, and maybe not all of his content is something that I want to consume on a regular basis.
A lot of it's stuff that I'm not really interested, because a lot of it's just like weird, stupid, like challenges and shit with his buddies.
Right.
But
I love the fact
sums of money.
I love the fact, though, that he's reached that point where, like,
he could take his crew with him is the cool thing. That's what I respect about the dude, because it's been the same crew of dudes with them since day one.
And he gives back to the community, right? Like, how many times
he gives back to his fans, bro. His fans come on and they like get to participate in these weird challenges and
win this car or
big lump sums of money.
Yeah, dude. Like, the fact that he's reached that level that he can do that is incredible. And I think it's something that
good on him.
If you're a content creator, you know, if you got a podcast like we do here, or you're doing, you know, a YouTube show or making YouTube content, like, I feel like that's kind of an ultimate goal, right? Like you want to reach a point where you could do some shit like that.
Yeah.
I want to be able to buy a fucking car and run a contest for the fans to be able to get it. Like,
he did that with a house too, I think.
Dude, yeah, like
I'm just honestly, you know what I'm down for? I'm down for just doing anything cool. It doesn't have to be that grand. It could be literally like, oh, here's a $500 prepaid Visa. It's like, oh, you need your rent paid? We'll pay somebody's rent for the month. I think I'd rather do that than like give them a car, because then they're like, oh, well, fuck, now I have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what?
But it's like, yo, I can't, you know, pay my rent. It's like, don't worry, homie, we got you. Here's a $100 gift card at your local dispensary. Let's go.
I'm glad you brought that up though, because you're so right? Like you see these like, I remember there was a scratch-off ticket for a while around here where you could win a Corvette as one of the grand prizes, or you could win a Cadillac. And I always used to laugh because at the end of the day, I honestly don't want that grand prize because I can't afford the fucking sales tax on that car.
Well, that's like one of those times that like you just have to like try to figure out a way. Like you'd have to get a loan, sell everything, and then get it. And it's like ultimately barely a prize at that point. But like,
but it's like it's not worth it to me. Like you gonna
it
tell
might
me?
be. I mean, 10K is 10K, right? Like if you get 10K, like it's going to be worth it. Like, you're going to put in some legwork for 10K.
Oh
if
no,
you're
10K is
$100, then no.
10K money is money. I'm talking about like if I win that fucking Corvette, I don't want that Corvette. I don't want to have to pay the $20,000 in sales tax.
Oh, I will.
Comes
And then
up
I'll
on
sell
that
it.
Corvette.
And I'll be
Like-
up. Like that's what I'm saying though. Like you can work it, and then you don't get as much. But believe me, if you get a $120,000 Corvette, you pay taxes, you pay 20 grand on it. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure you're going to get back at least 100K. So you're up 100K.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. You'll probably make even 80
bullshit.
grand, right? But like,
It's bullshit. You have to
yeah.
go through that. But I mean, hey, I'll go through that kind of bullshit for 80K.
see, I'd rather win the $1 million and then lose the 20K out of the million and have my money there and be like, all right, well now I just gotta
you
invest what I
lose
got
like
left.
500K.
Yeah, I know.
Still.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
I know
not
what
that
you're
exact rate, but like still, I'd rather lose it from the $1 million prize, which would be, you know, the step below the fucking car or whatever at that rate, which is also a brilliant hustle. Like here's a $100,000 car and that's your grand prize. And there's also $1 million prize in there, but you don't want that. Fuck you, I don't.
You know, all I know is that I want to take another dab right now.
Dude, I just want to fucking make enough money here that we can just be like, yo, you get $100 at the dispensary. You get the $100 at the... Because that nobody's going to find out about. That's like untaxable.
Well,
And then we were like balling so hard, we don't even give a fuck about if we have to pay tax to make that $100. I don't care. I'll pay $115 to give somebody $100 so they can go get some free weed. That's fine.
well, I'm glad you
If
kind of
we're
brought
doing
that
that
up.
shit, we're making money, bro. Like, that's good.
I got some friends over at one of the biggest dispensary chains in the country here in the U.S. The folks known as Curaleaf. They got a line called Grassroots, and they're trying to promote it really hard. They hooked it up with a grinder, and I think I'm gonna give that away over there on the Instagram so that we can open that shit up to a whole lot more people. So listeners, be prepared. Follow the Instagram. I'm saying it now so that I can launch it in a couple of weeks, and you guys will have already heard about it and known it. If you're not following at Shedtime Podcast over there on Instagram, we're gonna do a giveaway over there and get that shit popping. So be sure to check it out. But yeah, I totally want to be able to hook people up with like those kind of gift cards and that sort of thing to like a dispensary or whatever. I mean, even for the non-weed smokers, like, you know, the Visa gift card, brilliant.
Yeah,
Use
it'd
it
be
anywhere
fire.
on anything you want. Fuck it, send it.
Dude, speaking of, you know, dispensaries, I've got a small dispensary in my mini fridge this weekend, fellas. I went crazy because I don't know if you know this, but one of the, you know, the favorite Shedtime holidays is coming upon us here.
Oh yeah.
Next week, dudes, on good old Wednesday. And, since 420 is right around the corner, I figured, I better stock up not only for the podcast, but also make sure I've got some good shit for Wednesday for good old 420. And dispensary was doing a little 420 deal sale on some concentrates. So I ended up with a big old bag filled with concentrates here, guys. I've got 13 different strains. I will say some of these are from earlier. I'm not going to sit here and pull them all out of the bag. I'm just going to name them off for you guys because there's a lot. Got some rosins, got some diamonds, got some live resin in here, some sauces. I've just got like a little bit of everything, guys. I kind of went ham. But as far as the strands go, I got some banana OG, some galactic glue, some sunset octane, papaya cake, a little bit of some cheetah piss, Dolato, got some pink raspberry slush. Still have a little bit from Bear Labs. I still have a little bit of that white papaya, some of that Daniel LaRusso, a little bit of that. What else was there? That garlic butter, and still have a little bit of that sour banana and a little bit of that orange apricot, which is actually super, super peppery, dude. Like I've down to the last little bit of that stuff from last week. And dude, it's got some of the most pepperiest, like terpene flavors in there, dude.
That caryophyllene funk.
Yeah,
huh?
dude, it's just like straight, almost like black pepper, dude. It's crazy, but I enjoy it. It's a nice change of pace from all the like real fruity, kind of strains. Dude, what I want to do now is I want to take a little dab of that with a little dab of that garlic butter and see what the maybe I should. Let's do this right. Let's do this right now. As a matter of fact.
Well, you're doing that.
Just because we brought it up.
I'm just gonna get into this guy right here because the animal gas is back around. And guys, if you've been listening to the podcast, you already know I love this strain. It hits me just right. It's a fantastic indica. It gets my head just where I want it to be, and it's a combination of that animal cookies and chem dog. So it's just like a beautiful pungent punch to the fucking taste buds the whole way through. And I got some new glass this week that I'm gassed about, guys. I got a fucking Homer Simpson pipe in the collection now. Homer looking super fresh in this dope like gold fume color pattern way thing going on a blue cobalt pipe. Nice Simpsons logo right on the shaft. Like yeah, I saw this and had to have it. Yeah, I said shaft. Giggity, giggity, giggity. And being that my wedding anniversary is 420, it's just customary that we add new glass around our anniversary. So it was mad cool to find this thing. Benefits of doing what I do for a living is that, of course, I'm able to get it at a beautifully wonderful price point. So that was also a bonus. But what's going in the Dynavap, Uncle Chris? What strain this week? Are we into the GMO yet?
I was just about to say, please tell me you've broken into that, bro.
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, and honestly, I was just like thinking about it as like you start talking about it, and I was gonna do it, and then I opened up my grinder and I forgot that like last night when I was super high, I broke out like probably half a gram. So I don't really want to have to like get rid of what I already have broken up to get GMO in there, because it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm also cool with it because now I'm thinking about like, oh, dude, there's probably 420 deals. I'm gonna have to like find a way to get the dispensary on 420 because there's gonna be crazy deals. There might have even been deals this weekend, but dude, I just didn't.
There's 100% deals this weekend.
So actually,
all week till Wednesday.
I can't remember. Oh, actually, I can tell you what I'm. I got. No, that's not what I got.
That's what we got going on there. They got the light stuff is the butter, the dark one's the orange apricot, and then you got the nice little pearl in there. And give it a go.
I got some Hellfire OG. That's what I got. It's good. It works.
At least you got some OG.
It tastes good. Dude, yeah. I will have the GMO next weekend. I will for sure, because I also didn't clean my Dynavap, and I told myself that like if I was going to do it, I needed to clean my Dynavap fresh and then have GMO. So
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
that is very fair.
But yeah, no, I'm just keeping it simple. Like I like always, just Dynavap. Give me the Dynavap. That's all I really care about.
I feel
and
you.
like no judgment on anybody else that doesn't use a Dynavap or anything like that. Like I'm sure whatever way you do it, you enjoy it, and that's probably why you use that method. This is just my preferred way. I can't see a better way for me personally. For me, remember I said for me there. Also, and if you don't like the Dynavap, like you're wrong. I just had to finish it that way. I'm sorry.
I mean,
you need to try it at least. How about that?
My whole thing with the Dynavap, right, is like, and this is something I think we've all experienced with friends who have attempted to use a Dynavap at some point in their lives. It really you need your own Dyna guru, if you will, to guide you down the path at the beginning so that you can fully grasp the utility of the Dynavap. Or it otherwise isn't that enjoyable. It really takes that time of utilizing it to really know the ins and outs of how to heat it, where to heat it, the proper rolling techniques, that sort of thing, in order for you to get your best performance. And once you nail it, it is unlike anything else you're going to use. Point blank. I'm about to load this DynaKeg with the animal gas just because we're talking about it. Like, keg life. Let's do this.
Well, I'll tell you what, boys. If that answers your question, it was a good one.
It worked.
Dude, honestly, dude, that like it kind of gave it like a I don't know how to explain it, bro. It definitely like brought down that pepperiness of that orange apricot with that garlic butter. Kind of gave it a little like kind of like smoother sort of flavor combination. But dude, that was actually pretty smooth. I'll tell you what though, it hit me pretty quick. Feel it in the eyes. Anywho.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you what. Hitting a DynaKeg just straight is a unique experience.
Yeah, dude. It's got a whole lot of compression, but it's like instant like vape to mouth.
Yeah, I mean, there's no condenser, so like it's just pure vapor in your face hole. And wow.
It's definitely a lot warmer of a hit for sure. So if you're not used to like a real hot Dynavap rip, be careful. But it is nice if you're someone that still like enjoys like combustion from time to time. Like it's definitely something you might enjoy a little more because it kind of gives you that similar sort of hit.
Yeah,
because it's a little bit more on that warm side. You know what I mean?
That's the thing I think that is the major turnoff, right? For a lot of people who are just used to smoking their flower, is like most vaporizers don't give that warm, tight draw that they equate with consuming, and this does. Like there's nothing here. There's no carb. There's no nothing. It's just warm, dense vapor from the chamber to your face.
Dude, even just the 2021, it gets plenty warm. Like, does it get like a raw heater? Like you're just chaining on like a joint? No. But like, how are you supposed to duplicate
But this
that?
does.
That's also.
That's what I'm saying. Because that thing's
no
literally
condenser.
it's literally right there, dude. So you're getting it as hot as the fucking tip is.
I mean, yeah, look at this
Well,
shit.
but what I'm saying is it's not going to be as hot as a joint. Like, that's all I'm saying. If you're like a person that chiefs on joints, you're never going to get that, like from anything. And you get way more smoke. It's so different. You can't, it's like hard to compare. Because that's the thing. If you do like a base heat cycle on anything, right, it's going to give you like a rowdy fucking Dynavap. But that's when you start to really have to know what you're doing. And you run that risk of like combusting when you start to go real low or whatever else, right?
That keg's a really completely different experience though, dude.
But it's still cap. Like the cap can't change that much. like I could cut this off.
No, but the warmth can.
Yo, because that's the thing. Like, is all I've got? It like there's no condenser, there's no nothing. It's just tip to keg. That's it. And I'm just drawing through a hole straight from the tip.
That's
basically.
a lot warmer, dude.
This is definitely a way more smokers like experience. And what's crazy is, all right, full disclosure, this is the low temp cap I'm using. And I'm getting the hits I'm getting from it with the low temp cap. If I had my normal cap on this, I would probably be choking to death on every hit.
Because there's no carb, there's no nothing. Because like the part of the reason why there's a condenser tube and in the DynaVap is the vapor travels through that tube while there's air coming through the outside when you carb it, and that cools the inner tube. And also as it's traveling through that condenser tube, it also cools down while it gets towards the end. With that, there's nothing there. So it's literally just coming as hot as it's in the cap to your mouth. Because it literally only travels like that much.
Yeah, it's like an
compared
inch.
to traveling this far, you know.
It's an intense DynaVap using it straight like this. Like
I can't do it like that. I'd have to put it in my in a rig.
Well, that's the thing. Like he designed this to be, you know, something you could put.
And you know what? I think that's why
downstem.
I did kind of enjoy it a little bit more out of the rig, because it still kept a little bit more warmth compared to using it out of like my BB9 stem, which is long as shit. So it's got to travel through that whole long ass stem to get down into the piece, and then yeah, that would make sense.
I liked that. Well, and that's the thing, right? It's like I'm using a low temp cap.
Yeah.
On this thing, which I'm sure is also saving my lips right now because
that thing that keg will get hot.
Like I fully just cooked that. Like that is some dark brown material. I fully cooked that with this low temp cap. And that was a hell of a fucking vape sesh on this.
You're making me want to break mine out.
I'm sort of amazed right now that I never bothered to just hit the keg straight till right now. Yeah, that was an experience. Well,
I guess like realistically, I mean, shit, you could make anything like that. Just make a real short ass fucking stem, dude.
Yeah,
you're even not. You'd have to make something that's a little bit easier to spin or whatever.
I mean, yeah, all that really is. I mean, if you were to cut your DynaVap to just, you know, an inch.
Like probably like before the air.
Oh, I think you'd want it to be a little bit more thick though, dude, because that thing's gonna get hot.
Yeah, I mean this little guy from 3 cycles is already warm. If I tried to run another 3 cycles through it, I don't know that I could continue to hold the keg. I would have to probably let it cool for a few minutes again.
That's why you need 2, I guess.
I mean, that's where you have your regular DynaVap and you have this guy, so that way like you can do a sesh with this, then you can take your regular DynaVap, load that, have normal cool vaps, then turn around and hit this thing again once the keg's cooled back down and it's comfortable.
I'll tell you guys what though, I'm high as shit right now from that last app, dude.
Yes. See, that's one of the things I love.
That's like a spacey high though, you know what I mean? Because it's like a mix of those two, so it's like. Because that orange apricot kind of gets me like a little, you know, almost anxious high, sort of. But, you know, that garlic butter, that shit just makes me feel real good. And I just want to chill, you know, sit back. So I got like a mix of that going right now. And I definitely like it better than just the anxious feeling I was getting from the orange apricot by itself. I'm just hoping it doesn't get any more like intense on that end of the high. And I'll be straight. You know what I mean? That's why. See, this is the thing. I've been trying some new strains, trying out some sativas and stuff, and I found a few that I enjoy, but I still find a few that make me too anxious and I think this is one of those ones. It's a hybrid, but like I think it's leaning a little bit more one way than I'd like.
Yeah. See, like in the shop I work. We have a a blue apricot strain,
Mm-hmm.
and that one's a indica dominant hybrid.
Oh, it's like I have that white apricot from Bear Labs down there, and I enjoy that one a lot. But this one, I don't know what specifically is going on there, but
Well, if nothing else, I know you got a couple other items in there that will definitely balance you the rest of the way.
I've got a lot of stuff in there, dude. I've got a lot.
I'm still working on the raw keef old boy gave me, so
See, dude, that's one thing. I need to get back on my flower game, man, but I've just been enjoying the dabs, bro. Like I have phases, man, but I've been really heavy in the concentrates for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a couple times where you're like, yo, I'm gonna stop, and then you'll like use flour for, I don't even know if it'll be a full day, and then you'll be like back on it. But yeah, this is the thing,
Dude, I've gone at least
you
a
know
couple
that
weeks,
it's
bro.
happening, so like at any point you might be like, oh, I'm just gonna use flour for a week. Like I think that's
I do
there,
that,
right?
but that's the thing. I've done that, but like I don't know, man. I just enjoy the concentrate high, bro. It's just my thing.
if you need to take a break, my suggestion is buy some awful concentrates.
Oh, I did that. I did that, and then I just went back and got better ones. And I did not buy that brand ever again.
I'm legit sitting on the same gram, and like every maybe once a week I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna suffer through a dab of that because I just want to be that high. But yeah, like this one is just, it's depressing. It's not a flavor that I am enjoying at all. I'm guessing that the Galactus strain is something I will not try.
And here's the thing. It's like, it's not like I'm without flour, because I've got 1, 2, hold on, 3, is there something in here? Oh yeah, dude, look at this. 4. I think there's more. Oh yeah, I've even got a little bit in here. Shout out to Foot Clan Dan.
Shit.
Is there more in here? Oh,
Double
there's a
shout
nug in
out
that.
to Foot Clan Dan because he's actually a patron of this here beautiful podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I've got, dude, this is ridiculous, bro. I should just open a dispensary right now because like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different fucking strains of flour to go along with these 13 different strains of concentrates.
You got any RSO to mix in there, bud? Damn.
No. But
no edibles? Shit.
No edibles.
You're just missing a couple categories in your street. You really would be a dispensary.
Oh, dude, I think there's another bag of weed in there. I've got a problem, okay?
No, I think you pretty much got it figured out.
That is true, too.
Yeah, it depends on how you look at it.
But
I mean, here's the thing, right?
Man. It's just like, because this is the thing, bro. There was a point in my life, bro, when I didn't have weed, bro. You know what I mean? I couldn't afford weed. And it was very rare that I would have it. You know what I mean? So whenever I did, like, I was super stoked. And, like, I'd try to make it last as long as I could. And then, and then I got a job. You know what I mean? I got a good job where I was able to pay my bills. And I had a little bit of extra spending money. And then I got to the point where I could afford weed. So when that happened, I just made sure I always had it. That way I would never be without. And thank my past self, because now I am stocked, bro. Like I probably don't need to go anywhere to like pick up anything for at least, I'd say, if I really just stuck to everything I had here, I'd probably be good for at least a good couple months.
Yeah, you know what's the great thing about that is though is like think about that like responsibly just for like half a second because it's Shed Time Sunday and we don't want to really be responsible today, but if you really did just stretch that time and stack that money, like take that money out of your account, put it aside like you spent it anyway, bro. Could you imagine that stack of cash you'd have to fuck around with for something?
I don't even want to talk about
it. You could upgrade something you want to upgrade or make another payment on your car so you get a little headed. Like dude, all the sick shit.
You could just like get a better car if you had a shitty one. There's lots of things that people leave the money in.
Oh my god,
like not those things don't matter to everybody.
Like I get it because like I have a similar mentality because like I have been without and so many different times that like. To me, there's only a couple things I really spend my money on. You know, like it's food, it's the gas in my car to get to and from work, it's weed, it's the things for my animals to continue to live.
Dude, literally,
you know,
that's really all I really spend my money on. Because like, I'm not buying as much vape shit as I was. Like every now and then, I might pick up one thing here, one thing there. Honestly, no. It's like it's weed and Dixons,
like
bro.
Once a month,
weed and Dixons are like the two thing right now, bro. Speaking of which, check out the fresh one. Yeah, I wore it on the show on Friday, but I don't care. I'm wearing it again today because it's fucking sick.
I like that because I'm not
snap buttons, bro. So it's like real fucking, real fancy. Oh, hold on, let me go all the way to the top. Oh, top button. There you go. Yeah,
fresh and clean. See, like I like that because I'm not big into the whole like.
I feel like you have to stand like this when you wear this. Yeah, you guys can't see my arms, but you know how my arms are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to but you know.
Okay, I don't mind the like platy part. To be honest, like I mean, does it look a little lumberjack? Sure, but like that.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
No,
I just love flannels.
I don't think that would be that case if people were not living under a rock. Like I think that people would appreciate it. What it is, unless they're old. If they're old, they'll be like, "Oh, are you going to be a?" It's
like the one I wore yesterday, bro. The fucking good old David Bowie bait, bro. Look at this shit. Look at that color pattern, dude. That shit's sick. It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah,
dude, I'm not hating on it.
Yeah, neither am I. Like I'm not.
No, I know you guys aren't. I'm just saying, like,
it's never been my kind of style, but like I like the solid.
And I don't know if people are gonna be like, oh, well, you're just on this just because like it's the thing now, dude. I've been wearing flannels for fucking ever, dude. I've loved them, dude. Like, there's a point in I don't know if it was like fucking junior high or high school, bro, where it's like any time it was like slightly cold outside, I had a fucking like button up fucking like shirt of some sort. It was either a flannel or like just like a straight solid color. But I just loved it, dude. It was just my thing.
See, you know what I mean? That's why you and I get along because there was a period of time
to this
in my
day,
life
bro,
that was my style.
You know what I mean? I love them, dude. Yep. They're just comfy. They make you look a little classy, but also if you get a good one, they're comfortable. You know what I mean? And
okay, James, do you have warm. A bolo? If you have a bolo, what does it look like?
A bolo tie? No, I don't have one.
No.
Yo, don't do that to my man.
I may have had one at some point when I was a kid, but no, I don't have one now.
Yeah, man, like he can't be.
I was just curious. This was just for my own personal visual experience.
No, because most of the time, dude, I never buttoned them all the way to the top. Like I always had a couple
buttoned up. It looks like you could have like a bolo. Or
no, I was one of the guys that either had just like a couple buttons buttoned up or like none buttoned. You know what I mean? Where it's just kind of like flowy, and I have my sleeves rolled up. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of wore them all the time.
I feel like you have to have a cowboy hat if you have a bolo tie on. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, dude,
don't do that to my man.
I used to have a cowboy hat, bro. I used to have the boots, the belt buckle, the whole shebang when I was a child.
Secret time. I have have a cowboy hat in my basement right now.
Dude, I can
Really? Are you
literally.
fucking serious? Go grab it, dude. Put that shit on.
Oh hell no, because it's literally in
As
a
a matter
box
of
buried
fact,
under
dude,
shit. I'm not trying to do that.
As a matter of fact, I think my parents still have my first cowboy hat.
I love how you're like my first cowboy hat. Like, because you have more than one.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, yeah. Eventually, I probably got a different one because my head grew.
Yeah, I had one when I was a kid, like because I went out to Texas when I was a little kid because I have family from Texas, and I got a cowboy hat when I was out there. It was like a legit cowboy hat, but it was a kid's one. The one that's in my basement right now would probably not fit my head anymore because I have dreads, but it's a nice leather cowboy hat, and it was from back when I was in high school, and I was dating a girl who was wicked country, and so that was our lifestyle. We were like country ass people, and then we grew apart because I wasn't so country, and she definitely was. Country girl and a hip hop rapper guy who rapped about like hardcore death, murder, and horror shit. Like, it's kind of like was not really.
What do you mean? What do you mean that didn't work? That totally works.
You know,
Dude,
I mean,
that's just perfect though.
I mean,
Opposites
like
attract, man.
So this is the thing, right? It's like we were great friends, and she was wicked into horror movies and shit. So like, it was just the fact that like our relationship, like this was the first time in my life I've ever experienced a mutual breakup where like we were living with each other at the time. Because like, we were just out of high school and all that, and like, we've been together for like a little over a year, and like he reached a point where like we would literally be watching the same TV show in separate rooms, and I was like, "Yo, you get the feeling that like we're not really like dating anymore? It's just more like we're roommates." And she's like, "Yeah, I kind of do," and I was like, "All right, so what do you think? Like, is our relationship just over? Should we move on?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do," and she just packed her shit up and went
So
home.
it's just cool and just chill.
Yeah,
just
it was the craziest thing.
It
It
was
was
no
like
like I hate you, you're fucking garbage, and like make you feel like a piece of garbage because they'll remind you of every stupid thing you've done.
yeah, no,
None of
like,
that.
Like she was
Really?
mad cool, dude.
That's
Like
awesome.
we never really fought or anything. We were a good couple. We just like I said, like it just got to this point where it was like we literally realized that it was like we were roommates. We weren't even dating because she would literally be watching the same show in a separate room, and it was like, all right, we're not even like bothering to make an effort to like be watching the same show together. Like, what's up? Obviously, like this isn't a normal relationship anymore. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird dynamic, bro.
You
Well,
know?
especially if you're like supposed to be dating. That's,
Yeah,
it's a weird
yeah.
It's a normal.
Like it'd be
it
different
seems
if you were
normal,
just
yeah.
like friends, but like
Yeah.
if you guys were like, you know, at a point where you guys were like dating, like into each other, and then like all of a sudden at a point, just like
Yeah, like she's
that
literally
stops.
sleeping in the same bed with me at night, but it's like
Yeah.
middle of the day. Like she's out there watching whatever fucking comedy show, and I'm watching the same one in the bedroom. And it was like, wait. Like, okay. Like there's we're growing apart. We're not really like an actual relationship anymore. This is
Yeah.
weird. And it was cool that we like both knew it and just didn't know how to say it. And so when the conversation finally came up, it was like,
it's like, oh, thank God you
Yeah,
said
it's
something
like,
because
yes.
I didn't know how to say it, and I'm glad you said it because I didn't want to hurt
Yes.
your feelings, and you know, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, good. I totally
100%. Yes, that was exactly the kind of conversation it was, and it was like, all right, word. It was like the craziest thing. Like I loved her family, like right. Like her dad was more devastated than anybody because her dad was this cool ass dude, right? He's this. He was a bog worker, so like. Massachusetts is like the number 2 biggest producer of cranberries. Ocean Spray is literally headquartered here. And so he worked on cranberry bogs and ran a crew out there on the bogs. And he was a fucking just pothead old school hippie. And so like this dude loved me because, hey, my daughter's dating this fucking cool laid back pothead. I like this. So like he was bummed that I wouldn't be coming around and smoking weed with him anymore.
Dude, I get that though, because I know people that like they were more. So I've known people that have dated people and they had children and they missed the kids that they'd like formed relationships with more than the person that got them there. Like they weren't actually parents of the children. You know, it'd be like you dating someone that had a you know kids from a previous relationship or whatever. And then like to me that would be the harder part for some people because that's what I've heard the most of.
Oh man, like it's definitely weird when like
Or like a dog. It's like, oh, I miss her dog, man.
yeah,
It's like, do you miss
dude.
her? No, but her dog.
Yep. Yep. I know like I got a buddy of mine that like it's a weird scenario when like the kids get to know you through the parents, and so like they see you separate from the parents and they still want to communicate with you, and you're like, bud, I'm not your friend. I'm your dad's friend.
There was a point where that kind of happened with me and a buddy.
Oh man, it's
Yeah, it's always a weird thing.
it is. It's weird because like I remember I was working in a garage one time when my buddy's kid recognized me there and like tried to be like all friendly and everything, and I was like, kiddo, like I'm not your friend. I'm your dad's friend. Like just because he stopped to say hi to me doesn't mean you have to stop to say hi to me.
Bro, it's funny, dude. There's still some times where I run into like an ex-girlfriend's mom. Like I've ran into her like at a bar a few times, and she's like, man, she's like, you were the one that got away. She's like, I wish she's like, so every time she always reminds me, she's like, man, she's like, I wish she would have stuck with you. And that shit just cracks me up, bro.
Well, but here's the question though, James. Like, what happened to her?
I don't know.
Like, it's just like she had like 8 kids by like 8 different dudes.
No, she's like off doing her own thing, but I don't know.
Okay.
She's because like me and her, like, because anytime I would like hang out, like I would just sit there and chat it up with her mom, because her mom was just like cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. It's bad weird too. Like I've worked in retail a lot, so like I'm oftentimes working with the public and encountering people, and like I can remember being in situations where like I've run into old friends' parents. Like,
oh yeah.
Just in my day-to-day life, and it's weird because it's like you both recognize each other and you don't want to acknowledge why, because you're not 100% sure that's exactly why you remember each other, and like you just have this awkward tension for a few times, and all of a sudden it's like, aren't you Matt's mom, Annie? Oh my god, like those kind of moments are so
I don't
weird.
really run into people that much anymore because I don't go anywhere. So that's like that. I don't know.
That's why I don't go anywhere, because I get enough of that.
Oh, dude, I ran into somebody the other day from like I haven't seen since like elementary school, bro. Talk about a fucking throwback, dude. I was like, what? Somehow automatically remembered their name. They remembered mine. It was just crazy. It was during the whole mask thing too, you know? So it's like, that was real weird. Like how you could recognize somebody even though
just
like they have a mask. Yeah. It was just like,
aren't you that one kid from that one class from that one time many years ago we shouldn't remember?
It's like I probably, if I saw your whole
dude.
face, would struggle to remember who you are somehow. But for right now, I'm just like pulling it out.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah. God bless the dreadlocks.
I did that, and then it happened again, dude. When my whole when I was having issues with my computer, and I took it to fucking Geek Squad, like the chick behind the desk was a girl that I went to high school with. And I hadn't like seen her in probably like 10 years or so. And she's like, wait, I know you. And yet again, math situation. How? I don't know, bro. It fucking blew my mind.
Yep. Well, I mean, at least like with high school, right? Like
that one makes adults, a little bit more sense because
we
like I haven't
physically changed too much.
The only thing that's changed is my upper lip. You know what I mean? I grew a mustache because obviously I didn't have a mustache in high school because I couldn't fucking grow one.
You know, like that's the thing.
But now look at me.
Like when the people
look at me now, like high school James, thinking you'd never have a fucking mustache. Now you got a glorious fucking mustache in your face, bro. Sorry,
on your face, actually.
Yeah, on your face, bro.
I don't even remember because on your face, dude, that stole the show.
Dude, that's fucking.
You're
hilarious.
welcome. You're welcome.
My God, that was gold.
You're welcome, patrons. Because you get to see us all just die right now in laughter.
Oh shit, yo, that. That is pure gold. That makes me incredible.
I don't care where we were going in the conversation. That was worth it.
Yep. Shout out to mustaches and shout out to sidewalks for keeping me off the streets.
Hashtag on your face, bro.
Yes. Yo, now speaking of Twitter, if we could get hashtag on your face trending somehow, that would be a riot.
Dude.
Just find all the weird
I gotta admit, it's a pretty great hashtag. Like, think about it, bro.
There's a lot
There's
of
many
different...
applications for
I have
on
a
your
feeling
face,
that
bro.
could lead to a very interesting follow. Like that'd be.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like, oh hey, it's a mustache.
All right,
oh,
Shedheads.
hey, it's a bukkake.
Oh,
I'm gonna look at that hashtag
Dude.
right now.
somebody look it up and see if it's a thing. If it's a thing,
I know I am.
Chris is on it right now.
it's got to be a thing. It's a thing.
I'm honestly proud that, guys, when you use hashtag Shedhead, we're actually crashing a bunch of people who go out there and search for deer antlers that have been shed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
So,
so what's the exact wording that I'm putting in the search, by the way, for this tag?
On your face, bro.
On your face. No, you don't have to have the bro, just on your face.
Oh, okay.
I think the bro makes it funnier.
Yo, you know when you're like so high that doing something is like harder to do when you don't really normally do it?
Like this shouldn't be as difficult as it is right now.
Well, I can't remember how to like search specific hashtags. It's just bringing me into
See the button up
accounts.
top that says hashtags? Or it looks like a hashtag? I think that's the way you'd look. You're gonna make me go on Twitter too?
Oh, you're on Twitter. I thought I was going on Instagram. That's my
Oh,
bad.
Instagram would be hilarious because who knows what the fucking image is.
Well, that's shit.
That's what my
why-
thought was. You know what I mean?
That's why I thought of Twitter, because I'm like, Twitter is a lot more forgiving than Instagram. There's like actual porn on Twitter.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's tons of those cam girls and shit. They'd go on there and just
yeah, all the
I've-
OnlyFans
dude, I've
people,
seen some of the
or
craziest shit. There's even
OnlyFans girls.
Dude, I've seen sponsored ads on Twitter of a girl that clearly is one of those individuals that does that. And I'm like, yo, how is this a fucking paid advertisement?
So yeah, maybe don't look for that on Twitter. Do yourself that favor and just take my word for it. Don't look for that. The very first thing was not what I needed to see. So yeah.
Chris is gonna look it up.
No, I'm not. I'm closing it. And I'm like, and
It's exactly what you think it is. That's why you don't need to see. I saw it so you don't have to.
I appreciate you
That went
and
sideways
your
real
eyes.
quick.
Oh my god. Oh shit. I was
Leave it to us to take something innocent and make it just totally wrong.
I was prepared, but I'm also going to say I was not prepared for it to happen that fast. Like literally the first thing with hashtag on your face. All right, I'm done.
Thank you, Twitterverse.
That's enough internet for a little while. Oh my god.
Sean wins the internet for the day by following through on that.
Lord have mercy. Holy crap. I'm having heart palpitations. That was too much.
So don't Google it either, because who knows what's going to come up in that.
Oh man. I know exactly what's going to come up with that if you look on Google. It's exactly what I found on Twitter. Google and yeah, you will see that it's not what you want. Or maybe it is what you want. And if you're into that sort of thing, I'm not here to judge. Just
Hey
saying.
man, we don't kink shame here.
But what if kink shaming is my kink?
You're on
Then
your
I
own,
guess
bro. You're on your own.
no shame, I guess.
Power move. Yes. I have been waiting for an opportunity to pull that joke out on this show because that's been a running joke in my work for a while. Just when somebody will do something weird, and you'll be like, "Hey, don't kink shame me."
Hey man, that's my kink.
And then one of us will turn around and be like, "Well, what if kink shaming is my kink?" And then they're like,
Fuck you.
"Fuck." Yes.
Honestly, that'd be a pretty funny scenario to be watching. You know, I wouldn't want to be either of those people, but I'd like to be the third person in on that conversation.
Like
just to be like,
it'd be more entertaining to do it and stage it where like the two people involved knew and just took it like serious.
Oh, for that third person.
So that way that third person exactly literally thought that was the case. Like, oh, am I really about to get into a lover's quarrel of some kind? This is awkward. I think that would be amazing, and I think I'm going to stage it at Walmart. Because, yes, back to pranking people at Walmart. I mean,
well, that's the thing.
I do.
That actually gives you a bunch of hashtags, right? Because you get like people of Walmart. That's probably one that tons of people follow. And then you just have like all the other things that happen. Yeah, on your face.
Yo, if I can get a people of Walmart on your face thing going, this will be pure gold.
Hits.
Oh my god!
Viral city for Shedtime podcast with hashtag people of Walmart, hashtag on your face.
You know what else I think of when I think of that hashtag though? It's a little bit more innocent than probably what everybody else thinks of. But those cases when people are sleeping and then someone walks up and slaps them in the face with a slice of cheese.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that much more innocent. Like you're slapping somebody while they're asleep.
Yeah, but dude, it's with a piece of cheese.
But you don't have your hand behind it?
No, you're literally like you don't like hit them in the face. Throw it and it slaps. The cheese is what slaps them. Not
I
you.
was like, yeah, I thought you just meant put a sliced cheese on your hand and just fucking slap.
No. You never seen that though, where like they kind of like throw the kind of like slap the cheese, but it's like right before they like hit them, they let the cheese go and the cheese.
Bro, there's even a whole subset of that where people stick them to their fucking babies. Like they'll just throw it on their baby's face and the baby will just go like.
Or they just like I've seen one where they like hit him in the forehead and he was just like
stuck cheese.
Like, I don't know what to do.
I gotta try to not eat those ever again. Like I know that's definitely gonna happen, but I don't know, man. Something about cheese slices.
I mean,
they taste fun and everything, but I'm just like I'm so sketch of them.
Well,
I feel
obviously,
like they're just not made good.
American sliced cheese is just processed cheese, and that's why it sticks to people's faces. Like you can't do that with like a good sliced cheddar.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that with like a slice of cheddar, bro, because that shit's not gonna stick, dude. That's just gonna fucking and then fall on the ground.
Yeah, you take a block of Velveeta and splat your kid in the face with. No,
dude, that should be hilarious.
I mean, that could hurt somebody. A block of Velveeta is pretty heavy.
I was just saying, but it would still be funny.
Warm it up to throw it on them? It's like now you're
burn the kid, third degree burn. That'd be a hell of a news story.
How'd you get burnt? Oh, my friend threw fucking melted Velveeta on my face, dude.
I got cheese, terrible. Man.
Kids try to create a new TikTok challenge and burn themselves.
It's called the Nacho Challenge.
There it is, the Nacho Challenge. Yes, you gotta fucking throw nacho cheese on your friend.
We do not condone anybody doing this stunt.
Please don't. We're just calling it. And if this comes true, we did not start this. We just think of future things. That's it. Just for the record. Nobody can bring
Darwin Awards. If you're dumb enough to do it and get hurt, it's on you. I'm just an ideas man. I say words and they come out of my mouth.
We need like the jackass warning before this show sometimes.
Oh, here we go. The stunts performed on the show are done by professionals and under the supervision of professionals. Do not do these at home.
Correct. Absolutely. I wonder if that is the source of the age restrictions, because we don't preface the fact that this is being done by professionals. I mean,
and under the supervision of professionals.
To be completely fair, I do believe that the practitioner of Shedtime is in fact something I can consider myself an expert at, as it is indeed my profession.
Here's the thing. I don't even need to say it because others do for me.
I mean, I'm
I
literally
literally
licensed.
I popped into a room with a group of people the other day, and they're like, "Oh, here's the expert. Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
Need I
like,
say more?"
I literally hold a license for it.
I probably could if I applied for one.
I'm saying like you probably like, well, not even probably, because again I this is what I do for a living and I work around people who are far less qualified than you. You're a shoo-in. You're a shoo-in. I mean, point blank. Like your
You're a
knowledge base
professional.
alone.
Like that's basically what he's saying. He's like, you're a
Like
professional.
yeah, like you're already an expert. There are people who are not experts who can
expert.
sell weed. You are an expert.
Mhm.
Like you're a shoo-in.
It's true though. It's like anything, it's like, think about when you would go into a vape shop. I used to hate going into a vape shop when the people had no idea what's going on and they're like
Dude.
trying to sell you something. They used to drive me nuts. It's like, you not see that I have like a mech, like I have a mech mod and a dripper. Do you think that
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that sub-ohm tank and like 40-watt system?
This
No.
is what I gotta say, just to like kind of piggyback off of what you're saying, because it also has to do with like what Sean and what he does at his job. Because the dude that helped me out yesterday at Stizzy, shout outs to you, bro. I don't know what your fucking name was, but dude knew his fucking shit, and me and him were just chopping it up back and forth, literally talking about what we were talking about last week about tack chasing. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm the same way. When I look for my things, I kind of like look for something, look for the total count and see what the breakdown is. Cause he's like, I'm a terpenes guy. He's like, I like a mix of, certain profiles as well, the different cannabinoid. I'm like, bro, literally just had a conversation about this on my podcast. It's like, dude, what's the podcast? Told about the podcast, bro. If you're listening to this, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Dude, by the way, that cheetah piss shit, fire. Appreciate you recommending that one specifically. But yeah, dude, there's very few people nowadays that when you go to a dispensary that actually know what they're talking about. They may know like a little bit about one aspect, but this dude knew his shit about concentrates for sure. And I appreciated it.
I think it's cool too, just when you go to those places and there's someone that does know like what's up, is that you could talk to them about what you enjoy and then they'll kind of throw back to you what they might, and you get to learn something new. Because there was a time
that's how I ended up with the selection I had.
Well, dude, I went in and this guy was talking about like making edibles and like all these different, like how he consumes a lot and what his preferences are and why he goes for whatever strains he goes for for the specific things that he's doing with it, like all this, right? And I was like, yo, man, like you're good at your job, bro. Like that's what I said to him. He's like, he like looks at me and I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, you know so much and you literally just shed a bunch of knowledge onto me that I didn't know about. And I got to, tell you about what I enjoy and why I think it's dope. And I just respect that. Like, thank you. You know what I mean? Because like lots of times you'll go into places and they won't be like that. They'll just be like, oh, what do you want? And then if you say anything to them, it'll be like, oh, yeah, sorry, I don't know. Or like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh, I've never heard about that.
Are they just look at the package and read exactly what you read off the package?
Yeah, it's just.
That's what I hate that.
It's weird. Like, I don't like those people. Like, it's fine.
Hey, I know. I understand you need a job. You need to pay the bills, whatever, but fucking step it up, man.
Be a factory job somewhere for you.
Yeah, there's other, like, at least make an effort. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, all right. So like, this is an interesting thing though, because like specifically from a position of like a dispensary, right? Like, not everything is for everybody and works the same for everybody, right? And so that is a weird contrast that particular realm has at play, right? Like myself, cartridges don't really do anything for me. They just kind of like, if I'm already high, they'll maintain the high for me. But if I'm trying to get stoned with it, it doesn't work. Edibles, they don't really have any effect on me. I'll eat a heroic dose before I feel anything. It's not, it's not a viable source of cannabis for me. It doesn't mean that I can't be educated on those matters and on those products.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing, right? Is that like,
Even though you may not partake in that specific thing, doesn't mean you can't have just a little bit of knowledge, or just at least a little bit of
You
knowledge of
need
what
to
the
know
products may be.
those
You know what I mean?
You're gonna see,
differentiating
like, what your
things,
coworkers
right?
At least if you have
enjoy,
strain
or
knowledge.
people that come in, like, you're gonna be able to like get a bunch of stuff. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
this guy comes in all the time. I'm gonna ask him why he likes this and why, and he gives me information, and then I keep getting better at my job by learning more information about
Not only
what
that,
people
dude,
like.
but if you just have basic, just, strain knowledge, and, the differences between what certain hybrids and stuff you may carry, that is a big thing right there. Because you could just know a little bit of what the product may be like just based off of what kind of strain it is,
Point
or
blank.
what kind of blank, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That tells you a whole lot about your product just based off of what the strain is. You know what I mean?
There's no excuse for a dispensary of any kind not having the basic information available to the consumer on whatever menu system they have, that it's a whatever strain name it is, that it's a sativa, a hybrid, or an indica, and that it has whatever the main cannabinoids are, be it THC, CBD, you know what I mean? There's no reason why that shouldn't be readily available information for everybody, both the consumer and the person helping the consumer. I mean, there are technologies in the industry available where there are menu systems that bud tenders can be operating in hand on a tablet that will literally have all of that same information, and it's the same exact menu systems that the consumer can use from home. So it opens up all of these doors for the consumer to look on their own time, make decisions, and then if they want, come in and say, hey, I want to know about this strain, that strain, and that strain because I already looked up on the website, I saw on the menu, but now I want to hear from you a little bit more. Like, all of these things are there, the infrastructure is there, and there's no reason why anybody in that business shouldn't be using these platforms and these technologies. And there's plenty of competition. You don't have
not only that,
you know?
but like, even if you're not like a dispensary that's necessarily set up like how you guys are with like maybe like a kiosk system, or like, bud tenders with that handheld sort of, menu system, you're at least going to have lists of whatever products you carry in the back with at least some sort of breakdown. So whenever you come in at the beginning of the day, you know what I mean? Take a few minutes, look at the menus, see what you have in stock, and at least kind of get an idea of what you're carrying. And then, like, you know what I mean? Then you've got a good base to start from. You know what I mean? At least that's what I would do. That's just working smarter.
I mean, my whole thing is, right, even if you don't go the full mile, right? Like, there are stores like, like my store and like the one that you used to go to out there in Twin Palms. You know what I mean? Like, there are those where like it's kind of more high end, but like you could easily do that with a register.
The one I go
system.
to now is just like, because they have literally like registers right there. It's where like if they really need to, they could look the things up and let you know more about it.
All of that data can even be stored in a register system under a little note under the products. Like if you do it by paper because you're moving your products that frequently, it's not difficult to just have those three main pieces of information: strain, hybrid, THC, TAC. It's not like all that should be provided to your staff in some manner all the time. And then from there, they should be learning, right? Like they should know what the difference between edibles made with different things are. Why is an RSO edible different from a distillate edible, different from a full spectrum distillate, different from the next product. Why chocolates might work better or not for different people.
At a certain point you have to take it upon yourself to educate yourself, what I mean, on things that you're not necessarily
it should be provided on.
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, a lot of the times it comes down to the person actually taking the effort to like take those steps, because like you're saying, a lot of the times all that shit is provided. It's just whether or not they want to take the time to look it up or not.
I'm almost certain every one of your vendors would love to do a 10-15 minute discussion with your staff in a dispensary about the merits of this, that, and the other thing. Every one of your vendors would love to do it. And so that's all it takes. You say, hey, you know, can I schedule you for this day, that day, and that day to have somebody come in and just on each shift tell my staff the X, Y, and Z about these products. And that way they're more educated and they'll be better at selling the product. Dude, they like...
There are a few dispensaries out here that do that. Like the one that I used to go to, Empire, was like that. But this one's definitely a little bit more kind of ran a little bit differently, kind of like older dispensary style.
Stizzy's also been, you know, producing their own products for a long time.
Well, and that's what it is. It's like it's mainly like their storefront. They're pushing a lot of their product, but they do carry a lot of third-party stuff too. You know, that's how I'm able to get, you know, something like the Bear Lab stuff, or like when I was getting the Wonder Brett flour and like all those different things. Like they do carry a lot of those different things. But I will say most of the time their staff is really knowledgeable on their specific products. It's just really when you kind of get into like the third party stuff is when it kind of gets a little iffy. But honestly, I will say I've always had really good experiences with Stizzy specifically. Their staff is usually pretty knowledgeable. There's been, you know, maybe one or two times where someone's like, you know what, I don't necessarily know, but they do take that, be like, but give me a second and I'll look it up and let you know, like that. And I appreciate that. And you know what I mean? Instead of just being like, well, you know what, I don't know, and then just kind of leaving you like, well,
yeah, you got Google on your phone for a reason, son. Use it. I mean, so,
but it's just making an effort, man. You know what I mean? But there's always those ones that, you know, are just there for a paycheck. You know,
they want to say I work in weed.
It's like that anywhere, man. There's always that one. There's always that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dude, I've worked with people like that at every job I've ever worked at.
Oh yeah,
I don't think 100%. That I've ever been that person.
We just had one at my job that unfortunately he signed his walk-in papers because of it. You know what I mean? Because
he was promoted to customer.
Yeah, exactly. He was promoted to unemployed. Dude, he was just slow. And management noticed and said, yeah, we don't need that. Yeah. Because the rest of us are busting our ass and you're not. So,
yeah, sorry, bro.
Shout out to my buddy Mark, man.
Which honestly was pretty, because like we had like a meeting on Friday and like the boss was just like, yeah, he's like, honestly, man, he's like, it wasn't fair to any of you guys because you guys have been kicking ass this week. He's like, he needed to go. He's like, we'll get somebody else in that's going to put as much effort in as you guys. And I was like, you know what, man? I like working for a family business, bro. This shit's fucking dope because they give a fucking shit, dude. Fuck yeah. I'm honest. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been in a pretty good mood lately. And I think it's just because I'm in a different vibe scenario in my everyday work situation. And
dude, work is like the place you spend.
Yeah, I spend most of my time. I spend most of my time. And even though it's hard work, you know what I mean? I do come home and I'm a little sore, you know what I mean? I'm not afraid of a hard day's work, you know what I mean? If it doesn't come along with a lot of bullshit. And that's one thing that I haven't been dealing with. And the commute is fucking beautiful. I love it, dude. I'm feeling good about life right now, man.
Dude, I gotta say it. When you feel appreciated, it matters, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Even when it's just like, you know, it doesn't have to be a big thing, you know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily even have to be directed towards me specifically. It could just be towards the in general crew, you know what I mean? I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I totally get it with though, because like I'm one of those people myself where it's like I don't want to play the games. Of those guys
where like during the day, if I see someone, you know, that's like been like knocking some shit out, I'll be like, hey man, you're kicking ass, bro. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, I don't know if anybody told you this today, man, but you're doing a great job. You know what I mean?
That's the shit I love. Like I don't want to play games and you know like do like employee of the month nonsense. Like that's not my style. I just want teams that are like, yo, hey, you guys are kicking ass today. You know, thank you for everything you're doing. You know, thank you for being there with us.
If you just keep everybody working as a team and everybody's like held to like the same, you know, standard and the same, you know, thing, like it's a lot. It just makes it a lot better of an environment to be in. You know what I mean? You don't have people that are like thinking that they're better than anybody else. It's everybody's on that same level. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're all working towards the same goal, trying to get the shit done so we can all get out of there, go home and spend times with our family. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it, right?
Like that's all it's about. And the coolest thing about it too, bro,
money.
is like when you actually have like dudes that are like running the company out there on the work floor, on the assembly line working with you. You know what I mean? Like the dude's like the owner's son, who doesn't necessarily need to be out. He's out there on the assembly line, knocking out reels with us, fucking pulling product, fucking running routers. He's out there working with us. You know what I mean? So he knows what the fucking bullshit is that we have to deal with certain times. So when we run into those issues, he understands why things may not be getting done a certain way or this or that. And it's like having that bit of understanding from like the higher ups, like it makes it like an easier work environment as well, because they can understand what things are going on and they're trying to make the improvements to make things run smoother and things. And the cool thing about this is, like I was saying before, it's like I'm kind of on like the ground floor of this shop getting set up. So we're constantly kind of, you know, making slight changes and shit. Like, as a matter of fact, on Friday, we found out an easier way to, you know, build the bigger spools without, you know, having to wreck our backs. You know what I mean? Just by, you know, lifting it up and using like this weird, like little jig system we set up that apparently they had the whole time, but they forgot about. And then it's like, why haven't we been using this? Fucking set it up. We're like, oh, fuck, dude, this shit is fucking glorious because it fucking saved my back because I wasn't bending over all day trying to fucking run bolts through these spools. But anyways, it's been cool, man. I've been enjoying it. I've been in a lot better mood lately. I haven't been like, I don't know, man. It's been good. I'm just trying to keep the vibe going, you know.
It's tough sometimes, right? Because like that's the thing. It's all about it's about that connection with the team. Because if when you start to lose that and it becomes the isolated dynamic, then like you start getting to the groveling of like, you know, I'm working harder than an asshole over here, and he's still getting away with the fucking murder. And nobody wants that dynamic at work. That makes you get up in the morning and hate the drudgery, even if it is fucking, you know, the perfect pay, or it's the perfect commute, or it's the best combination of all of the things except for asshole A and asshole B. Like, you know, like nobody wants to fucking have to live like that. And it's a beautiful thing when we can actually wake up in the morning and be like, yo, I'm ready. I'm good. Let's do this. Let's crank another one.
It's unique for a lot of people to go to work and not find it to be just taxing as fuck. You know what I mean? Like everybody has bad days, everybody has good days, everybody has like weeks
I will
where
say
they're
this,
like on
I
a
don't
good streak, everybody's just rolling. So like I don't think that makes a difference, really.
Yeah, I would say I don't like love what I'm fucking doing. You know what I mean? It's not something I want to fucking do for the rest of my life, but for the time being, you know, being where I'm at, you know, it's like it's at least a fucking good situation to be in until I find that next fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's just work ethic. You know, it's not necessarily so you can push, you know, put your head down for a certain amount of time, and then you might just hit a breaking point where you're like, all right, I need to find something different. But not everyone could do that. Some people will be like, yo, I don't care if I even get fired from this job. I'm just working here so I have a job. And like they don't
that's kind of what happened.
A good thing.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened with this last day. He's like, fuck it, I got a job, cool. What's the crazy thing is he sounded like he was super eager to work beforehand, and then
that's how he gets jobs.
Yeah.
He just can't hold them, apparently.
He worked for 4 days and then called in sick. It's like, dude, that's not good. Or at least work the full week, bro. Anyways.
Yeah. You can't fix stupid, gentlemen. You can't fix stupid. It's a shame. Excuse me. And with that, we are getting down to the end of this here podcast. So I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in, and a big shout out to all of the patrons that are out there following us. We love you so much, and I'm so glad you guys get the opportunity to watch this and see what goes on, see the shenanigans, because you know, to me that's one of the best parts, I think, is that you guys are getting to see the shenanigans. So it's with that, I'm gonna send it around the room and start it off with Overdrip. Go ahead and say your goodbyes.
All right. Thanks everybody. Thanks gentlemen for just a chill afternoon. Appreciate it as always for everything, including everyone listening. Shout out to our patrons. We appreciate you. We were actually had a bit of a quick powwow before, and we were talking about how we can utilize some of these funds to better the whole project. So it's awesome. So thank you so much for that. So yeah, if you guys want, you guys can just check out shedtimepodcast.com. You can find all of our links to our own stuff on there, including everything else you need to know about this here show. As for myself, I guess just solely, I'm going to say Tuesday nights, you can check me out on Mixing It Up. Just 4 dudes, e-liquid mixing, having a good time, chilling. And then the 3 of us do a Friday show on Frames, Jenkins Vapors YouTube channel at 8 o'clock called The Green Room. Come by, check that out. And then lastly, I do have my own e-liquid website, UncleChrisTestingGrounds.com. And if you use coupon code Shedtime, saves you a little bit of a percentage. So I think that's everything. And so now I'll just do my perfect catchphrase out. Live your best life. James, take it away.
All right, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Like Chris said, catch us on Fridays on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to catch the Green Room, if you guys want to check out some reviews, you can also check out my channel, Frames, Jenkins Vapor, YouTubes, do all that stuff. Otherwise, you'll catch me here with the boys doing the damn thing. Going to end it as I always do, sending out positive vibes, crisp high fives. And as always, let's just shed time our faces off. Sean.
Oh, hell yeah. And of course, you guys know where to go. Shedtimepodcast.com. It'll link you up to everything, all of the sponsors, to the Green Room and the Frames Janklin channel, to merch sites, everything. It's all linked up there. Our socials, all of it. So go check it out. Shedtimepodcast.com. Super simple. Even stream the show there. Do it, and you're cool. So with all of that, I'm going to bring it to a close like I always do and remind you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, be sure to have some fun because it's the Shed Time Podcast. And it's time to roll on up and roll on out.
DynaVap, DynaVap, DynaVap. Looking to cut the cord on your dry herb vape? DynaVap. Trying to get the best taste from your herb? DynaVap. Ready to take your sesh to the next level? Then meet DynaVap, the best way to vape your flower or concentrate. Concentrates? That's right, your flower or hash can be vaped using DynaVap. Check out DynaVap.com to learn more. That's DynaVap.com. Lose the ash? DynaVap.
What's going on, Shedheads? It's your boy Frames Janklin. Are you looking to step up your match game or have a raw copper, brass, or stainless mod or RDA that you're absolutely tired of polishing? Then you need to go and hit up my man Ashton at Palmer's Powders. He does some absolutely amazing powder coating work. He offers many different colors and finishes at an absolutely killer price. This man is taking powder coating to a whole new level, and he can make your setup an absolute masterpiece. You can go follow him over on Instagram at Palmer's Powders, and you can go check out pricing on his website, palmerspowders.com. That's palmerspowders.com. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sean Tyven, the Angry Hippie, and I'm back at it again. We're here today to talk about Unicorn Vapes Inc., a fantastic Canadian company who's making outstanding vape hardware. If you're looking for a fantastic, high-quality mechanical device or an excellent RDA, and you're looking for it at a fantastic and affordable price, look no further than Unicorn Vapes Inc. You can get your Unicorn Vapes Inc. products at areliquid.com. That's areliquid.com. Check them out today.
I want you to think of your favorite rebuildable right now. Yeah, okay, so you have a layer cake in your hand, and now you're about... Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not everyone's favorite. That's just mine. So think of your favorite rebuildable atomizer. Think about how good of a vape it produces for you. Now, take that and amplify it. And the way that you amplify that is you put in some Breezestone coils. Breezestone coils are handcrafted in Adelaide, Australia. They're made from some of the finest quality wire that you can get. I believe it's wire Buddha. You take those coils, you take them out of that phenomenal packaging that clearly shows how much care that Adam puts on the quality of his coils and the insurance that you get them in good shape. You put them in that favorite RDA, and guess what? You have coils that now sing better than Celine Dion. Go check out Breezestone coils. You can find them on localvape.com and also steelvalleyvapors.com. stop, dude.
Yes, y'all, and you don't stop.
Throwing down dabs, you don't stop. Getting high as fuck, you don't stop.
Because it's Shedtime Sunday, and it don't
And you
stop.
don't stop.